All right, welcome back to Beer Me. And before we stick around in Cheese Town, I just want to get back to this old Milwaukee. But after we cut that last scene, I realized that it says America's best tasting beer. And it's not, no. That's a lie. It's a goddamn lie. But I don't want to keep sticking on that. But it's garbage beer. Horrible. Yeah. Garbage.
Let's keep moving on. And
our next beer is Miller High Life. It's brewed by the Milwaukee Brewing Company, the Miller Brewing Company in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is the champagne of beers. We have a sign of it up there that my brother ripped down from a bar wall. And we all seen the great commercials with that hefty delivery man who comes back and takes everyone's beer because they're not living the high life.
Yeah.
Want to remind you guys that Miller has this thing going on now. Keep your bottle caps. Save your bottle caps. Hand them into your local bar, probably your local liquor store. And what they do, they turn it into cash for veterans. They use it to help veterans of wars, foreign wars. So that's good.
That's one good thing they got going for them.
Right. I mean, a salute. Even an ex-Army JROTC member like myself saluted with the wrong hand because we've been drinking. Yes. But without further ado, let's give a shot to this champagne of beers. Martin?
That's well, I'm gonna stick to what I said and say they got one thing good going for them, and that's the helping out the veterans. And it's definitely not how the beer tastes. It's a little bit better than old Milwaukee kind of cred. I'm gonna give this a 3. You know what? Dude, I'm starting to wonder about our OGs.
You know what? I know one thing. This beer is not good. I don't know about my old jizzle, but this beer is not good. My dad used to drink this stuff on a regular. My grandfather drank this on a regular, still does. My uncle still drinks it on a regular. And like Martin said, I'm starting to wonder where exactly they came from. This is not really good beer, and I'm going to give it a 4. And you're living the low life if you drink this stuff right here. Sorry, brewers. Can't do it. Milwaukee Brewers suck, by the way. Go Cubs. Alright, before we move on to our next beer, look, I just want to tell you guys a lot of things about these beers. These beers fucking suck, alright? I don't want to swear on YouTube, I'm sorry that I swear, but these beers are horrible. This beer right here is 5% alcohol by volume, they all taste like garbage. Everything we tried tonight tastes like garbage. Everything. And it's all made in Milwaukee, and I don't like Wisconsin. And this...
For you,
what?
Man. That's for you. Somebody calling you. Anyways, we're going to continue the show on, and we're going to go with Hams. Hams is made in, we're going to go right back to Wisconsin. And I really don't know much about Hams other than it sounds like ham, and I like to eat a lot, and it makes me hungry. So I'm going to give this a try right now.
I told you a million times, this is not the time or the place to talk about that kind of stuff, okay? It's $1,300 for a sex change. I don't got the time for that kind of stuff to be talking.
Pull the plug, man. Pull the plug.
I hung up on her anyway.
Well, are we going to go back to some beer drinking or what?
We can sure as hell go back to some beer drinking. Hams, what about it? I missed everything.
We're going back to Wisconsin, and I don't know shit about it. And just try it out and see how it tastes.
Looks like another Scanson disappointment, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, well, if I could be the first one to talk about this, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, man.
Not as bad as all the rest of the beers, okay? It's just as light, it's just as fizzy. It tastes that same Milwaukee style flavor, that same recipe. But it's good stuff. And the classic thing about this is, we went to a bar in Wisconsin Dells, and the bar on Tuesday is $1 tall boy hams and all you can eat free bacon. I'm gonna let you do the next one. I'm gonna let you hit it off with the ratings, because I give this right here a 6.
Well, pretty much what we had tonight to me are like party beers. Coors was like a party beer. These I will only probably drink at a party because that's all they have. And Hams is pretty much there too. It's a party beer. And just because of that, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Well, a 5 5 sounds good. 6, that's 11. That's more than 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good for hams. I think it's getting the highest ratings of the night so far. Other than that, none else I can tell you, but we're going to move on to our last beer. Alright, it's time for our last beer of the show. Last beer of the day, we're going to go ahead and do this one as a tall boy. The beer that made Milwaukee famous. Martin, if you'd be so kind as to hand me one of those. This is Schlitz. This is definitely a beer that your daddy and your granddaddy, who used to sit around and hate on our daddy and granddaddy, you know, this is the beer they drank. This has a classic 60s formula. It says so on the can. It's got 5.9% alcohol by volume. And funny story is my dad drank this once with me and my brother. We shared a 6-pack amongst the 3 of us, and he had dreams about hybrid beluga dragon whales flying in a frisbee contest and all this other weird stuff. So this is the stuff you know is very, very, very good. So we're going to go ahead and click it off. Again, we're still in Skansen. It's made by JOS Schlitz Brewing Company. And I've had this beer before, and I got to say I absolutely loved it. You know, mine and Martin's dad, they were in the 70s. They were in a power group. They made Spanish rock music. Even though my dad couldn't speak Spanish and his dad didn't know how to play any instruments, they made Spanish rock and they drank Schlitz. You know, it's what they did. You know, they put picks in their hair
and made music.
That's right, man. Cheers.
I've never had Schlitz before, and when I went beer shopping earlier today, I couldn't find a regular can, and they were just in tall boys. Or, you know, I was like, man, I really want the regular cans. But, you know, at this point, I'm actually happy I got the tall boys because I like this. I want to drink some more. Probably once we stop filming, I'm going to take one for the road. Or, no, I can't do it.
No, we don't. We never drink and drive.
Because you might spill your beer.
Exactly.
That's a mouth shot.
Yeah, that's a mouth shot. You spill your beer,
No.
bam, you know? So on to the beer ratings. Let's reiterate our system. We've been thrown off a couple of weeks in a row now, but let's reiterate. Our system is based on nothing but swigs, gulps and swigs.
Yep.
1 through 10. 1 through 9, actually, because the 10 is a chugger. We're going to kick this off. Martin, what do you give this beer?
From all the disappointments I've had earlier today,
All these beer pong beers?
yes. And I dare you challenge us on beer pong. But I'm going to give this a 7. I like this. Pretty good.
Me, myself, I wish I could pull my hat off and a freaking fro would pop out right now with a pick in it and a disco ball would drop, you know, and all of a sudden it would suck because I'll be getting paid like $1.75 an hour at work. But it'd be cool because my girlfriend wouldn't have the same rights as me. Not really. I'm not sexist. I just like to drink. This beer, I'm giving a 10. And I'm only giving it a 10, and I'm only giving it a 10 because I shared a 6-pack with 3 men, and it dropped me down to my knees. So, without further ado, I'm going to chug the rest of this beer as our 10 for the night. Thank you for watching another episode of Beer Me. Stay groovy, stay American, stay thirsty. Thank you for watching Beer Me.
Bye.